Good morning, everybody. How are you today? I want to make some new backgrounds. I have these ones, but they have the mica powder in it. You can see where it's sparkly. Can you see that? Anyways, I have a couple of pieces left from the last time I did these. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 pieces left, but I'm not really fond of the mica on here. I love the shiny. Don't get me wrong, I love the shiny, but it really wreaks havoc on my pens. So I want to make some background pages that are less sparkly. And I'm going to try a couple of different things. I'm using this really cheap Strathmore paint pad. It's actually meant for children. It says it's a textured watercolor paper. It's not very heavy. As a matter of fact, it doesn't even tell you how heavy it is at all. It just says Series 100 Youth. But it's probably not very good as watercolor paper. It's pretty thin. But what I like about it is that, I don't know if you can see, but it doesn't have hardly any texture to it. There's like no texture, especially this side, which is perfect for when after I have my background to draw on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to maybe do a little bit of something with my water pens. Not my water pens, but you know what I mean. The pens that are water based. Maybe a little something with that. I'm not sure. And I'm deciding whether I only have 2 kinds of watercolor. I have this one, which is that Koi watercolor set. But I also have this one's that fan deck. This one, the pigments are all cracking inside. This was a terrible fan deck. I thought it was good when I first originally played with it, but whatever it's made out of, the watercolors just don't stay in the pan. So, and the colors themselves are super vibrant in comparison. I don't know if you can see that. On camera they don't look much different. But there are some really much brighter colors. I'm thinking, at first I thought, well, I'll use the brighter colors, but then that makes it hard to draw on. So I'm not going to use this pan because of a variety of things. Unfortunately, this just wasn't the best of paints. But it was a fun idea as a travel set to have it easy and accessible, and I'll still probably use it on my travels. It's just that, see, there's chunks of watercolor coming off. I don't like that. So, anyway, we won't use that one. That was my thought process. I'm just thinking out loud because I haven't really thought this through yet. As you can tell, my desk is a mess. I really need to clean it up. So I guess I'll use this one. I'm going to move everything over so you can see a little bit more. That's as zoomed out. Oh no, it's not quite as zoomed out. There we go. It's as zoomed out as I can get. I'm going to just spray some water on here, just so everything has a chance to kind of reactivate. I've got myself a nice soft. You want a really soft brush when you're working with watercolors. Although this won't really make much difference because I'm not painting a painting. But I use the soft ones for watercolors. The stiffer ones I save for acrylics. I got a drop page down here in case things bleed through, and some water. And you know what? I'm just gonna spritz my page. I really like it when the watercolors just kind of do their thing. So I'm just gonna get my whole paper wet. Yes, it buckles the paper, especially this cheap paper, but I just want a nice soaky surface. All the way to the corners and all over, nice and wet, so that the paint just kind of runs when I put it on there. And let's just do, I'm going to start with a blue. And I'll get this lighter blue. Perhaps this sort of purpley color. Makes it color. Ooh, it's very dry there already. I don't want it to be dry. I want it to run. And then with this blue, maybe I will put a green. Ooh, that was dark. That was dark. I don't want it dark. I wonder if these pens will do any weird things. Because they have some different colors than the colors I have in my paint. I'm not sure I care much for that. Let's spread that around a bit. Oop. Gotta be careful not to scrub, because this paper is not not friendly to scrubbing. And you'll notice I'm sticking to the colors that go together, like the yellow and the blue can make a green. And so I've got blues and greens and yellows together, so that if something blends, it blends into a nice color. And then over here with the purples, I've got the purples on this side, I can add some red without making mud, because the red and the purple will go together. Maybe I'll turn my paper around. This is a very wet piece of paper. But I just want some soft color to use as a background. So let's use this orange over here. And maybe a little of it over here. Ooh, that's a bright color. That's a very sunflowery color. And I have to remember, I'm going to cut this into squares, so not every color is going to be in every place either. Let's try this orange. Be careful with the orange next to the purple, though. That would make mud. I really don't want brown. Although brown wouldn't be bad. Don't really want brown. Just getting some color on the page. That works. Oops. A little bit muddy. Don't want muddy. Let's dilute that a little bit. I'm running out of water. My little spritzer. Okay. And we're just going to let that sit and dry. And then I can cut it up and it can be backgrounds for another day. That's all I really am going to do today because, you know, I really just felt like I needed to make some new background. And I figured I'd take you along on the journey. Let me put this away so it doesn't... I don't knock anything over because, you know, I could do that very easily. Wash my brush. Very important to keep your tools clean. Don't ever leave your brush in the water. That's just terrible for your brush. Absolutely the worst thing you can do. Dry off my paintbrush and stick it in the paintbrush holder. I inherited these paintbrushes, and they came in this really cool handmade holder. Can you see these? They're all watercolor brushes. They go all the way from a great big fat thing like this. Can you see that? All the way down to these eeny beeny, just the smallest little brush. It almost has no bristle on it. I believe that's smaller. I believe that's smaller than my smallest pen. I don't know what they were using those for. This one at least has some bristles you can see. That other one, you can't even see the bristles. Where is my light? Why is my light not where my light should be You guys can't see anything. How about right there? Maybe if I zoom in. There we go. That's better. See that tiny little bristle? And this is the other one. Let me show you this one. This one's crazy small. This one is called a 410 detailer. Look at the size of that little bristle. It's almost non-existent. What you would do with that. But anyway, just wanted to let you see that just because. I think that's going to be it for today. I'm going to set this all aside for it to dry. You might see these backgrounds next week, week after. I'm not sure when, but I have lots of different colors now, and that's made me happy. So you guys have a great day. I will see you on the next video, whenever that will be. I don't remember what day this one's going to come out. I think on Monday, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, go out and do something nice for somebody today, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.